Please note that in this recording, some of the questions may be inaudible, but the Master's answers are audible and clear.
Anything you want to inquire, you want to ask, you want to discuss, you're most welcome. Sister, the purpose is, what is the purpose of satsang? Purpose of satsang is to fill us with love and devotion for the Father so that we may attend to our meditation, to create that atmosphere in which we can build our meditation. That is the purpose of satsang. And if you think you find that atmosphere very helpful to concentrate or to meditate, there's no problem about it. That if you want to be attentive, what is being said, you are most welcome to do that. It depends upon the individuals. There's no hard and fast rules we should have to keep our eyes open or eyes closed. It's entirely for the individual to decide how much he wants to get out of the meeting from the satsang and how much he wants to struggle within. That's entirely for him to decide. Yes?
Somewhere I read about the importance in one's spiritual growth of the master of one's own master. That each master is co-responsible for the souls of his disciples, successors. Yet does this mean that the great master is very close to us, spiritually?
Well, brother, naturally master is responsible for the souls he put on the path. He has also to help those who have been entrusted to him by his own master. Because ultimately master is one, master is same. There is no difference between the master. Because Shabad is our master. So even those souls are also looked after by the successor. Or you can say that your own master looks after those souls by being in the successor. It comes to the same thing. Yes?
Except for the time that was this time, when I see you and when I'm with you, I'm not very happy. And I really know I'm not very happy except for this time. What should I do about that? I don't see you.
Well, brother, what you mean to say, you are only happy in the presence of the master. So why not always remain in the presence of the master? Be there where the master is always there with you. And be in his presence always. And always remain happy. We must bring ourselves to that level where we can always be with our own master. So naturally, if that thing gives you happiness, naturally you will remain happy. And you know the way, you know the path, you know the route, you know the destination. So you have to work for it. Happiness comes from within. It doesn't come from anywhere outside at all. Happiness is always within. We have to help it to grow and grow from within by meditation. When the mind is stronger, which is the best way to ask the master's help? That's what your question is. Meditation. You see, sister, meditation is nothing but asking for the grace of the Lord. knocking at his door, that it may be open to us, or to seek forgiveness what stands between us and the Father. That's what meditation is meant for. Meditation itself is a great prayer for grace and mercy. Just seeking the forgiveness by set prayer, set words, it won't solve any problem. Practical step is to attend to meditation. There is nothing but seeking His grace and mercy. Because between the soul and the Lord, these are our layers of karma which stand in the way. So unless those karmas are cleared, soul cannot go back to the Father. Needle is always attracted by the magnet, but if there is a weight on the needle, it becomes helpless. Soul is full with divine love, with devotion for the Father. But it is helpless due to this weight of karmas, the weight of our collected sins of the past lives. So unless they are clear, soul cannot go back to the Father. So meditation helps us to lift that weight from the soul, or to clear those karmas which stand between us and the Father, or to seek His forgiveness to become one with Him. It comes to the same thing ultimately. So the best way of prayer or asking for the grace is to attend to meditation.
If the mind is strong, the meditation will be strong. When it's something to help the
Well, sister, if mind is strong, it's good, then put it to meditation. If it is strong, then naturally it will be able to help you to attend to meditation. Only the weak mind runs to the senses. Now, strong from the Lord's point of view, not strong from the senses point of view. This is our own concept, these are comparative words, strong and weak. So mind strong means it is strong enough to pull itself from the senses and to attend to meditation. That is the strength of the mind. So if that strength in the mind is there, then make best use of it by attending to meditation. Yes?
How does the Sangi know when the master is pleased with him or displeased with him?
Well, to be very frank, Master is never displeased with any soul. If he is displeased, why should he put us on the path? This is our own conscience which pricks us. He knows our sincerity, and he is here to help us to rise above those weaknesses, to help us to go beyond those weaknesses. He is not here to hurt us or to displease us. He is never displeased. It is our own conscience which hurts us. Yes? Pardon? I've not followed the question. Anybody can pass it on to me?
You said whose will is it to meditate, the mind or yours?
Whose will
Whose will?
to meditate? Well, the tendency of the mind is always outward and downward. So mind will never let you attend to meditation at all. Because mind is the agent of God. God doesn't want any soul to go beyond its realm. So mind will put full struggle to bind down the soul to this earth, to this creation. So we have to struggle with our mind. We have to develop that strength in that mind to attend to meditation. And with all Lord's grace we can do it. Actually, without His grace, we will never be attentive to meditation. It is the He who pulls us from within. It is He who gives us those environments, that atmosphere in which we can build our meditation and enjoy that bliss and peace within. It's all His grace. Without His grace, nothing happens. In other words, He worships Himself through Himself, through us. He worships Himself through us. Because without His grace, we can never worship Him. Yeah.
Does the master withhold the result of attending to meditations?
Master?
Does the master ever withhold the result of attending to meditation? Because he might not know the result.
Sister, and I'm sorry, brother, well, there's hardly much difference in these days. From appearance at least. You see, sometime it is not in our interest to have those results. But progress is always there. Every time we attend to meditation, progress is there. But whether the results are being withheld from us is very difficult to say. The result is entirely in His hands. Because we cannot say that by putting so much time in meditation we have been able to achieve some results and now it should be exhibited to us. Only we can say something is withheld from us when we know that this much we have earned, which we should have got and we didn't get. Then only we can say something is withheld. He knows best when to give and how to give and how much to give. So we have only to knock. You see, it's the duty of the beggar to knock, to ask for the alms. It is for the owner to open the door and fill his pocket. It's for the owner. He can't put any condition that I have been able to beg so much, at least this much I have earned now. There is no criterion for us. So we shouldn't analyze our meditation from that point of view, that we have been able to earn so much by meditation and the result is being withheld from us. We cannot analyze that. Yes?
Why is it that we don't have
Well, sister, there are certain rules to the game of creation. You see, if we know what brought us here to this creation, perhaps we will never commit those mistakes again. And at least we will try our best. And perhaps even if we know, it won't make any difference to us even then. Many mistakes, many sins we commit in this life, knowing them to be sins, knowing them to be wrong and bad, but still we do the same, go on doing the same. So generally we don't know what brings us here. And moreover, you see, in order to know, you will have to keep the whole record before you, right from the creation to this age. How many births you got, how many bodies you have been through, how many associations you have gone through. All this has piled up our karmas, load of karmas. So the effect we may be facing their effect now, which we committed perhaps hundreds births before, just possible. So that much computerization is difficult to help us. It's impossible for everybody to know what happened in the past for which we are suffering. By the stage at which we are in a position to know, we are hardly interested to know. That's the pity. At a certain level, certain stage, we definitely know. what we have been done in the past. And why did we suffer so much in that particular life? But then we are not interested to know anything at all. They become immaterial to us. You see, when the moth comes to the light, at that time the moth never thinks how much struggle I had to put to reach the light. He never even thinks what he has to go through in order to come to the light. He is only happy with the light. He just loses himself in the light. He is not conscious of what he has gone through at all. Yes. Pardon? Can you repeat the question again?
Better to be present in the master or meditate?
Whatever it suits you. Absolutely 100% discretion. Use it to your best judgment. Yes. Somebody will ask.
Master, at the time of initiation, when we're listening to the sound,
Pardon?
at the time of initiation, when we're doing bhajan and listening to the sound, we're told not to do dhyan. I don't understand why a disciple wouldn't want to remember how the master looks when he's doing dhyan, when he's listening to the sound.
Well, brother, perhaps at the time of initiation it has been very clearly explained. While we are doing Simran, we have also to visualize on the form of the master. If we have not seen the form of the master, we can keep our attention here at the eye center in the darkness. And being there, you do Simran. Just being in the darkness, dhyan is not must. It's a great help to be there, to concentrate there. But if you have not seen the master, then you should keep your attention here in the darkness at the eye center and then do your Simran. While hearing the sound, you should not give any attention to Simran or dhyan. When you see the flashes of light or the light, then you put your attention in that light and hear the sound. The light will catch your attention there and hear the sound. Yes.
After going our mind is fluctuate or vibrate so many times that we reach certain level of our concentration and course of our life something happens drastically. Mind drops again, the level of consciousness down to the bottom, we have to start waking up again.
Well, brother, it is the habit of the mind to run out. From ages and ages, it is in the habit of running out through the 9 apertures. So, mind refuses to concentrate at the eye center. It's so fond of senses, so fond of worldly faces, worldly object. So it's always trying to run out with one excuse or another. So it's a constant struggle with the mind to bring it back to the eye center and hold it there. You see, actually, you may have read, I've given an example sometime. If a river is flowing, you want to put a dam. You can put a dam and stop the flowing of the river. But when the water in the catchment area becomes too much, there is always danger of even, you see, overflowing over the dam or even breaking the dam. And the water overflows even the corners, even the sides of the river. But if after putting the dam, you put another channel for the water to flow, then the dam remains permanent. So Simran, purpose of Simran and Dhyan is only to withdraw your consciousness to the eye center. This is just putting a dam, but this is not a permanent solution for the mind to be there. By Simran and Dhyan alone, you cannot hold the mind permanently there at the eye center. You have to divert its attention inward and upward. That is to attach it to the sound and light within. Now its tendency is downward and outward. But after that, when it is in touch with the sound and light within, then its tendency is inward and upward. Then the dam remains permanent. Then mind doesn't run to the senses from the eye center. So Simran and Dhyan is the first step. It's a means to achieve that end of being at the eye center and attaching ourselves to the sound within. Yes?
In the West, we seem to be so busy with work. Should we try and discipline ourselves to simplify our lives as much as possible, or will this happen automatically and give more and more time to meditation?
Similarly, it depends on the individuals, their own way of life, their own way of living, their own commitments in life. It depends upon the individual. Nothing like a simple life. But we can't make hard and fast rules that one should live like this and not like this. It entirely depends on the individuals. Because the simple life is a comparative world.
And with myself, that I do too much, like Great Robert said earlier, earn what you move. And I know I earn more than I move. And I can simplify that. And then it's like,
No, sister, that doesn't mean that if you will save that time, you'll be attending all that time to meditation. Still, you may not be giving all that time which you will be able to save to meditation. So it's better to keep your mind occupied in work and give proper time to meditation. Yes.
Lord, is it possible for any satsang who's been initiated to not have to come back in one lifetime?
It depends on individual karmas. You can't make a hard and fast rule that every satsangi will not come back. It depends on individual karmas, how much load you have over the soul. If the load has been lifted from the soul, then you don't have to come at all. Even in one life you get your object. But if there is so much rubbish to burn, then naturally it will take time to burn. Moreover, it depends upon our attachment to this creation. If we are not attached to this creation, anything of this creation, we may not have much meditation also to our credit. We don't come back. If we have a lot of meditation to our credit, but we are attached to something in this life, then we may have to come back. Because attachments create groove on our mind. So the main thing is attachment. Christ said, you go where your treasure is, where your attachments are. So if you are not attached to anything, nobody will bring you back. Yes?
There and constantly notwithstanding anything else for our children, if our children are on the path or inclined for the path, is there any possibility that we won't have to come back and come back?
Well, sister, if today I feel I am attached to something, somebody, after 4 or 5 years I may feel that I am not attached to them at all. It comes and goes. It fades out. But only those attachments which persist to stay, who have made very strong groove on our mind, only they will pull you back. Otherwise, even in our daily life, we are always attached to something or another. Any work we do, we are attached to it. But these attachments don't pull you back at all. The insistent attachments which stay, which make groove on your mind, which becomes obsession with you, and you can't get rid of those obsessions, those attachments bring us back. Yes.
Possible that we're attached to things that we don't even know because
We're attached to?
is it possible that we're attached to things that we're not even aware of because they have not presented themselves in this lifetime yet?
Well, brother, it's not the attachment of only this life. What about our attachment of the previous lives? They are also in our store to pull us back. We are not aware today, but we were aware of them in our previous births. And all those attachments are to our credit. We have to get rid of all type of attachments. Present attachment, previous attachments. And some attachments suddenly spring up before us, even when we are near tail end of our life. So you cannot say. And then what about our attachment of the previous lives? We have also to clear them. Yes?
God, it's as long as we try to develop a kind and loving attitude in our dealings with people, sometimes it seems that we get taken advantage of because of that. I was wondering, how can we be kind and loving and still protect ourselves?
Well, you have to draw a line that people don't take advantage of that. It's an individual concern. One always knows. Yes. If you pray,
after you are initiated, will that make stop progressing in regards to spiritual progress?
I'm not following your question in the beginning.
If you create a sin after you are initiated,
Create a sin?
yeah,
Yes.
will that stop making progress as far as the
Well, sister, every karma we have to clear. Whether we have committed those sins before initiation or after initiation, that doesn't make any difference. Rather, Christ has admonished that very much. He said, now if you do the same thing again, you have no excuse to say that you didn't know it was a sin. In ignorance, if you do a certain thing, there can be an explanation for that. But if knowingly one does it, then one cannot plead any ignorance about it. But every sin has to be cleared, every karma has to be cleared, whether before or after initiation. Yes.
If all of us get out of the and maximum 4 lifetimes, that would be 100%. Believe. So what is the approximate percentage that make it 1 or 2 or 3 lifetimes?
Well, you can't generalize these things. It depends upon individuals. There's no question of percentages here. Lord's grace is there. You see, when He's pulling us from within and He's putting us on the path, so naturally He wants us to escape from this birth and death. But then it depends upon the individual how much one has to clear. Every rubbish heap of rubbish has to be burned. Some are very small, some are very big. They have to be burnt. Fire burns any rubbish. Yes.
Better, Father General seems that the master, Satsang does not have to be born again. And the great master says that the Satsang can go back in my mind. Both in both.
Well, it may have been written to a certain person. You see, all Babaji's letter to the great master are meant for great master. And all great masters' letters are meant for those people whom they have written. You can't generalize those letters at all.
It seems to be speaking about all.
But then it depends upon what is the definition of a satsangi. Mere initiation doesn't make us a satsangi, though your name does appear on the list. As Professor yesterday explained, you see, satsang, who is in touch with the truth. Satsangi, the person who is in touch with the truth, he becomes satsangi. So we becomes real satsangi when we are in touch with that truth. Then nobody can separate us from that truth. Yes?
The longer we see the name of the Lord, the more we become aware of our helplessness, our involvement in the world, and ready to come on our knees. How to prevent that? This is hard when
Well, brother, it is natural. It is natural. The more we are on the path, the more we attend to meditation, the more conscious we are becoming every day of our helplessness, of our weaknesses, of our load which we have to clear. First we were ignorant of all those things. Now we know what we have to go through, what we have to clear. As I given the example, if you are sitting in a dark room, you don't see anything, any small particles moving about, any insects moving about. But if the little ray comes through some ventilator, don't worry, don't feel alarmed. You see, if a ray of light comes in that room through some ventilator, then you realize how many insects or how many particles are moving about. They were there even before, but you being in the darkness was not aware of them at all. But now you are more conscious of all what is there. So similarly, before our meditation, we are not aware of how much load of karmas we have, how much work we have to put in, how much labor is required to clear that. But now since we have started, we are working day and night and hard. Now we are becoming conscious of it, how much we have to do and how helpless we are before that load. Because more and more light is coming in our mind. Pardon? Well, we have to live with our meditation and forget about all this analysis. Don't try to go on analyzing unnecessarily, it leads us nowhere. We must take a positive step, we attend to meditation. Yes?
Sometimes life is such a struggle. I don't know how much effort to put in my worldly duties.
Well, we have to put, naturally, we cannot achieve anything without putting any struggle for anything. There is no shortcut to success without hard work. It may be any sphere of life. Well, you will know it if you get the result, then naturally you will know that you have put too much effort. Effort is never too much to achieve anything. Yes?
You said this now, is that something you want me to cut with the truth? Is that really true?
Truth is the Shabad. Radial form is also the Shabad. Whatever radiant form of the Master we see within, he projects from that Shabad before us. That is also Shabad, personified. Naturally.
What besides our normal meditation, what if we really, really want to be true satsang? What is this?
To be in the Shabad, to merge into the Shabad, to become one with the Shabad, to lose your identity in the Shabad, by meditation. Only by meditation. Well, it's always better to give 2.5 hours, better to be regular and punctual, rather than sometimes we give too much time and other times we don't give at all. And then it is not the time, so much time in meditation which matters. It is the attitude of the mind towards meditation which matters. Attitude of our mind, the way of living. Sankhya is a way of living. It doesn't mean that we close ourselves in a room for a couple of hours, then forget about Sankhya at all, whole day, in our daily activities. It must reflect in our every action, every word, every deed. That is our attitude towards Sankhya. Then your whole day is spent in meditation. Yes. Extend our time of. Well, sister, since we are not in the habit of attending to meditation, rather what to say of meditation, we are not in the habit of sitting alone, or we are not in the habit of remaining in our own company. We always like to be in the company of others. We never like to be in our own company. So we have to slowly and slowly start, and then slowly and slowly increase our time. You can start with 1 hour, half an hour, and then go on increasing your time. And the practice will enable you to give the full time to meditation. Yes.
Maharaji, when we get taken advantage of, is it sufficient to draw a line, or do we need to fight with the tools you give us in addition? This thing doesn't.
Yes, you're a little louder.
When someone takes advantage of us, is it sufficient to draw a line, or do we need in addition to fight with the tools you give us?
Well, sister, somebody takes advantage of us because we want him to take advantage of us. And we justify that we are helpless, he is taking advantage of us. We don't want to be the party to the guilt conscience. Nobody takes advantage of you unless you submit to give the advantage to another person. One always knows where one has to draw the line.
Are we aware of this, of our weakness? That
yes.
We allow them?
Actually, it is our own weakness.
Can it happen in satsang?
And we try to justify it that what can I do? The other person is taking advantage of me. We just try to justify it.
Can it happen in satsang?
Can it happen?
Can it happen during satsang?
It can happen during any time, at any time.
Thank you, Maharaji.
Yes.
Maharaji, we've experienced some very intense darshan in these days, and we thank you for this opportunity after a long time of drought. I'd like to ask 2 questions about darshan. One, who does the giving and who does the receiving? And Could you give us some practical advice for the remaining moments of darshan?
Well, he is giving and he is receiving. I said yesterday, the Lord worships himself through us. One who's giving, the Lord is within him. One who is receiving, the Lord is within him. He is pulling him from within to seek darshan. And he is pulling him in the master to give darshan. So he is the giver and he is the receiver.
Second question, it's not a facetious one. Is it possible that the radiant form, a glimpse of the radiant form of the Master, can be perceived in the physical form of the Master during darshan?
What do you mean by radiant form and physical form?
I know that the radiant form is seen inwardly with the inner eye,
Yes.
the inner sense of sight.
If you are seeing him within, then it is the radiant form. If you are seeing him outside, then it is the physical form.
And they are completely in watertight compartments, completely separated.
Master
There is no filtering from one to the other. There's only inward and outward darshan.
Well, darshan is darshan, whether you have it within or whether you have it outside.
Yes.
You see, I have said many times before, darshan is not just looking at someone. Darshan is your helplessness to look at someone. You can't help looking at someone. You are pulled from within to look at someone. That is darshan. That intensity to look, which you can't help. That is darshan. Lover looks at the beloved because he can't help it. He becomes helpless.
What I don't understand is that when you become more aware of your weaknesses and you want to overcome them and see them, it seems that circumstances will occur so that it becomes pulled out of you. Is that because we have to go through that karma, or we have to fight against it again, or...
Well, sister, unless we become aware of our weaknesses, we will never we will never try to fight for our weaknesses. Never try to overcome our weaknesses. First step is to realize our weaknesses and feel guilty about them. Then we try to overcome them.
It's necessary that it is to be brought out so that we can fight against it.
We have to become conscious of them. At least we don't justify them. As long as we are trying to justify our weaknesses, we are not conscious of our weaknesses at all. When we know that there is no justification, it is just bad what I am doing, I am weak and I have to get rid of them, then you try to get rid of them. If you start justifying to yourself, you will never like to get rid of them at all.
He said in a letter to me that if I didn't do meditation, then I would slow my return onward. Does that mean that I might have to come back for another life if I don't do good meditation?
Well, sister, I told you what brings us to this life, our attachments. And of course, meditation is the only ways or means to detach ourselves from this creation. There's no other way.
If I do it every day, will I not have to come back in? Can I?
Well, if you are able to detach yourself from everything by meditation, then nobody can bring you back. Christ said, sin against the Holy Ghost can never be forgiven. Sin against the Holy Ghost. If you don't attend to your meditation, You will not be forgiven. Forgiven for what? What stand between us and the Father? Our layer of karmas, our sins. The only way to seek forgiveness of those sins or those karma is by meditation. So if we sin against the Holy Ghost, we don't attend to Holy Ghost or Shabad and Naam, how can we seek His forgiveness for all that we have been doing in the past? That is the only way to seek forgiveness. Yes.
Is it the Lord's will for us to return home, not only our own?
Pardon?
Is it the Lord's will for us to return home, not only our own?
Well, brother, unless the Lord wants, nobody will go back to Him. He is the one who's creating that pull within us to become one with Him. He is the one who's making us conscious of the separation from Him. And then only we start feeling that pull and try to overcome that separation. Without His pull from within, nobody will worship Him. We are so much lost in this illusion that we will never think about the Lord. He is the one who's creating that pull from within. I gave example many times. If there's very delicious food in the plate and you are not hungry at all, you will never like to eat that food at all. Your hands won't move at all. And if you are very, very hungry, nothing in the plate, you have nothing to eat. So if the food is there and it is delicious and hunger is there, then your hands automatically help you to eat that food. So it is not in your hand to have that food. It is not in your hand to have that hunger. It is in His hand. He gives that hunger, He gives that food. Then your hands automatically work. So He is the one who gives that food, that pull for the meditation. He is the one who's creating that hunger in us to become one with Him. Then we attend to our meditation and we become restless to become one with Him. Yes.
Is the speed of progress fixed or is something to speed it up?
Pardon?
The speed of progress, is that fixed? Or can we do something to make it go faster?
Speed of progress is fixed. Well, if it is in your destiny to make progress and speed, you will definitely put a progress and speed. If it is not in your destiny, you will never put that effort to make progress. It is not in your hand to put more speed in your progress. It is also in His hand. How much hunger He has given you, how much food you are tasting within. It is nothing in your hand.
The faith that we have in the Master, that also has to be explained.
Pardon?
The faith that we have in the Master, is that also has to be explained.
Everything is in His hand. Without that faith, we will never feel that hunger at all for the Father. We have never seen Him. We can never love someone whom we have never seen, whom we don't know how he looks like. How can we love someone whom we have never seen, whom we don't know how he looks like? So there is always some means to create that hunger in us, to create that love and devotion for someone. We only love in this creation whom we meet, with whom we mix, with whom we talk, whom we see. Then our mental association, our affinity, naturally is there for those people. But the Lord whom we have never seen, we don't know how He looks like, where He is. How can we have love for Him? It is just our mental concept, mental thinking that we are in love with Him.
But the karmas come in, and the faith does love in what you do.
Attend meditation. You see, we should only attend to meditation. Well, sometime hot wind blows, sometime cold wind blows. Kite is flying in the sky, sometime goes right, sometime goes to the left. But the one who has that string in his hand, he keeps it within his control. He will pull it whenever he wants to and make it straight. Pardon?
It is paying off past karma, or sometimes just putting our priorities back into perspective.
Well, sister, everything is karma in this creation, but we have created those karmas. So, pain may be due to wrong food or wrong way of living, but then that's our wrong food, wrong way of living is also due to our karmas. Yes? Well, sister, if we have surrendered ourselves to the Master, it is unconditional surrender, resignation to His will, then whatever we do in the name of the Master. As long as the mind is predominant, mind is active, we are not living in the will of the Master, we are living in the will of the mind. So we are working as the agent of the mind. When we go beyond the realm of mind and Maya, mind has become pure, it's no more obstacle in our way, and we have resigned to Him, then we work as the agent of the Master. Yes?
When sitting in meditation and one hears the sound or sees a flash of light, is it essential to then change to the Vajra position and put your thumbs into the ear?
Well, brother, when we are doing Simran, sometimes naturally light is there. Flashes of light may be there, other colors may be there, so many other things may be there. But you just go on doing your Simran. And when you want to change, then you change to the position of the sound.
It's essential to do good things in the ear.
At least to begin with. But when you are absolutely in touch with the sound within, then you don't need the help of any hand at all. But they are great help, at least in the beginning. Because we have to become conscious that sound has to come from the right side. So we close that side. So, but once you are in touch with that sound within, you are unconscious of your posture even. Posture is not important in meditation, it is mostly from the health point of view. You are not even conscious where your hands are or where your body is and what way you are sitting. You are just in touch with the sound within. But we have also to look to our health. This is a very healthy posture.
It's the thumb just to keep outside noises away.
Yes, it helps to keep outside noise also. Yes, yes. Yes.
During meditation practice, when we do Simran and Dhyan, to collect the attention in the, like you say, captured area, when sufficient concentration is developed, it automatically goes in that region. Is that
Sister, now the tendency of the mind is downward and outward into the senses, into this creation. But when we withdraw with the help of Simran and Dhyan, we try to hold it here. And then when we hold it here, then faculty to see develops. Faculty to hear develops within. Faculty to see of the soul, faculty to hear of the soul, they develop. And then we see that light, we hear that sound. And with the help of that sound and light, then our tendency is to go upward and inward. Then we go inward and upward. Because mind is fond of pleasure. Unless mind gets better pleasure than the sensual pleasure, mind refuses to leave the sensual pleasure. And that better pleasure the Lord has kept within every one of us here at the eye center. So we have to be here in order to taste that pleasure, that nectar, that living water. So unless we are here, we do not taste that nectar, that living water. Yes?
One lady told me that on the Satmar path, like there's the Kundalini, which I don't really understand, but she said that we have a different path in Satmar. Is that true?
In Satmar?
In our meditation, it always says that we start at the eye center.
And anyway, we are different from others. We can't deny that we are different from others.
She said we use a different channel or a different path.
You see, they try to awaken their Kundalini. That awakens some inner energies within the body. And then sometimes it's quite disastrous, even for the body, even for the mind.
You know what I don't understand? If we start at the eye center,
yes.
I've never understood this, then why is it when you meditate that it's like a time of death when a person dies of physical death and the energy starts and comes up?
That's right.
It gets cold.
That's right.
Then if we start at the eye center, why is it?
You see, if we are able to concentrate here, automatically our attention starts withdrawing upward. Now the tendency is downward. It is separate to the body in the whole creation. Then we try to withdraw all that consciousness back to the eye center. So when it is coming backward, then naturally you feel that numbness in the body, which is normal, natural. If you are in the middle of a hill, you want to go to the top, you don't have to come down and then start going upward. Right from there you go upward. We are at this place. This is the seat of the soul and mind not together. If you forget anything, you want to remember, you want to recollect, your hand automatically comes to the spine. You start thinking. See, this is the seat of the mind. From here the mind runs out. So we want to stay here. And whatever consciousness has gone out, we want to bring it back. And from there we start, you see, then we knock that door and we want that door to open. Our spiritual journey starts from here actually.
Well, they don't start there, they start lower.
I don't know what is their method, you see. I've never studied them. There can be many schools of thoughts for withdrawing your consciousness to the eye center. But from here, there's only one way, that is of sound and light. For withdrawing your consciousness to the eye center, you may have many other ways. But from here, there's no other way except to be in touch with that sound and be in that light. Yes.
Maharaji, in this recollection process of the mind, do we have to meet many things on the inside and outside?
You meet many?
Many many situations, many people, many different spectra.
Well, sister, you meet many type of entities within, many type of odd things within, many type of entities, many type of odd things, odd faces. But you have not to give attention to anybody. You have just to be in the Simran. Many horrible looking faces even trying to frighten you and not to go ahead. But if you keep your attention in the Simran, they'll all fade out. They'll all just shoot.
And also beautiful faces, right?
Yes, of course, beautiful faces too. That is why you have to be morally very strong. Yes.
Master, is concentration different from love, and how can we get better concentration?
Love means concentration. When you love somebody, you focus on that particular person and withdraw your attention from everywhere in the world and focus your attention to one particular person. That is your love. That is the concept of worldly love. To withdraw from everybody and be with one person and focus at one person. That is love. So without love, you don't concentrate here. Yes.
The saints say that the devotee reaches a stage of transforming on down. During that stage, the absence of the beloved, the devotee feels great separation. I was just wondering, during that absence, the devotee at least has the remembrance of the face of the beloved. During that separation, during that transforming, the beloved.
See, Christ said, blessed are those who mourn, for they shall get rest. Those who feel the separation of the Father. Unless you are thirsty, you will not try to search for a well. Unless you feel the pull, the longing, the devotion within, you will not try to seek or search for the Father.
The devotee at least has a remembrance of the face of his Lord, his mind, undergoes the separation during the transforming.
It depends upon the devotee, how much devotee he is.
In that state of transforming.
Naturally, you see, even in the worldly love, we always live with our beloveds. We always carry their form with us. We are always trying to visualize them in our own imagination or in our own thoughts. So beloved also carries the thought of his master everywhere with him.